Senior Spirituality is a class known for its use of journals, so this year, Mr. Cressy teamed up with Mr. Cameron to take it a step further.
Okay, so when we began thinking about the concept of the spirituality class, we had the seniors in mind. And one of the big things that we wanted to look at is where are they in their life journey. And several of us teachers felt like the class that we were teaching didn't necessarily address what the seniors were going through. They have one of the biggest life changes happening, and we wanted them to be able to process that great life change, ending the chapter of their childhood and entering into adulthood. And there's just so much related to faith and God and transformation that we wanted to create the spirituality class. So Mr. Spohn, Miss White, Mr. Murphy, and I, we began this process of creating a class that no one else in the country was teaching. One reason why we don't have a book is that we say to the students, the book that you are going to read is the one you're going to write. And so from the very beginning, we decided that the class would be based on a journal. In the last few years, we started to move towards allowing students to use an electronic journal. And the reason I was kind of against that is, number one, you don't really take it with you. It's not physical. And so a lot of the students told me after they left St. X, they just deleted the app or they didn't really look at their journals anymore. And I wanted them to take something with them that they could continue to journal with. Nate Kissel, who worked at a leather shop downtown, and he introduced me to a St. X grad named Andrew Burke, and he graduated about 10 or 11 years ago. And so Andrew, I called him, and he said, listen, we're able to provide some excess leather to your students. And the reason why I wanted to make journals is I wanted the number one, the students to get the iPad off their desk. And number two, I thought they would take greater ownership if they were able to make the journals, because since they made it, then they would have a better chance of maybe taking ownership for writing in it. When the students came in January, they were able to pick the type of leather they wanted based on what he gave us. And then they began to sew it together. But it was almost a community building experience once they started building and talking with each other. It just became very enjoyable, very relaxing, and it gave the students something to do that they've never done before. I love teaching it. I love the guys who are in it. And I'm very thankful for Mr. Cameron for all he did. I'm thankful for Andrew Burke and able to supply the leather, and I just hope that we continue to do this each year.
To make these journals unique, Mr. Cameron laser engraved students' designs into the journals.
That was a big project. It took a lot of time. We had never worked with leather before, and he had a question. I said, let's give it a try, and very quickly thereafter, we pulled all that off. So we need to keep learning how to use the things that we have and work them into students being able to use them, or at least ask me if we can work together to use them to create projects. And I still have teachers who come down who've been pretty regular. Miss Medley Kane brings students down here to make things. She introduces that in her forensics class. STEAM, math and science are in there. And everything we do down here, if you don't really understand what an XY coordinate plane is, it's hard to get anything created down here. But I've got some good feedback from those teachers, and others of them are doing a great job with what they do, and they don't feel the need to come down here to do anything different. So that is my constant desire, is to always let people know, well, this is what we got. If I can help you be a better teacher, then I would love to be able to do that.